Here we are again, at this pivot point on our annual journey around the sun. This moment in time and space, just after the autumn equinox, when our half of the world leans away from the sun towards shorter days and gathering in. Each year this moment feels familiar, but also different. In particular, news of the climate and ecological crises engulfing us gets bleaker every year. Same shortening days, radically different weather patterns, and rapidly deteriorating outlook for life on planet Earth. How can we resource ourselves to live this familiar ordinariness of our daily and seasonal lives in the midst of cataclysm? In this time, when appreciating our planet as a single, whole entity and ourselves as powerful actors within it has become critical, what will generate and maintain hope for each of us, each person and group and church and institution, and gather in all our love and longing for justice, our division, distress and despair? In this time where Martin Luther's assertion, "Here I stand, I can do no other, so help me God," takes on a sense of inevitability. We really do have no other place to stand. But our posture and expression, the direction we face, and the words we choose will make all the difference. The good people you see here, and one you don't, are now going to share 3 reflections and a period of guided contemplation, component offerings in the whole we are building today in this service. After each offering, we will hold a period of silence together, ended by a note on the singing bowl. We invite you to write your own reflections and prayers on the back of the leafy paper in front of you, and if there isn't one of those, please write it on any piece of paper or envelope, and put those in the offertory basket when it comes round a bit later. These will then become part of our gathering round the altar, where we will share bread made from wheat grown in the courtyard outside and in the gardens, allotments and window boxes of members of this community. You can read more about that in the leaflet in your service sheet.
Greetings from Oxnard on the Pacific coast of Southern California, where the average annual temperature is a balmy 21 degrees, never too hot or too cold. Yet it is a place of dramatic climate crises, most recently severe drought and raging wildfires that have ravaged our flora and fauna, most especially our trees. 1/3 of California is forested, and our forests are stressed. In the last 12 years, over 200 million trees have died, primarily due to drought, high temperatures, disease and insect infestation, and forest mismanagement. The U.S. Forest Service expects the high death toll to continue due to climate change. At the peak of the drought in 2016, you could drive around many areas of the state, not just the forests, and see trees in various stages of distress and death. I could almost hear the trees weeping in my own neighborhood. And now in England, we mourn the tragic befalling of the sycamore gap tree due to a destructive human act. Trees are our family and deserve our utmost respect and care. In his book, Speak with the Earth and It Will Teach You, Daniel Cooperrider notes that trees appear on the first and last page of the Bible and at key turning points in between. I encourage you to read the Bible with ecological eyes. You will encounter God when you encounter trees. Throughout Scripture, trees offer life, hospitality, and hope. Trees are the foundation of a healthy biodiversity. Life as we know it cannot exist without them. Trees provide oxygen, sequester carbon, They provide food and habitat for many creatures, including us. They preserve the soil, improve water quality, they help us deal with extreme heat, and even improve our mental health. Trees are life. Trees are hospitality. Trees are hope.
May I speak in the name of the triune God, Creator, Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen. Between the River Jordan and the cross lies all we need to know about water and the relationship we need to have with it. Water as cleansing and restorative can be found when Jesus meets John at the shores of the River Jordan. Water is the other side of wilderness wandering. Between the River Jordan and the cross, Jesus turns water into wine. Here we see that water can be the basis of celebration and is also essential for the creation of something new. Just as our bodies use water to build us at a cellular level. As adults, depending on our body, we are 50 to 60% water. Between the River Jordan and the cross, we find Jesus at the well with the Samaritan woman. We see that water becomes a witness to what has been and to a new way of living. Like the woman, the water is elevated and transcends that moment. Water in every community bears witness to starvation when drought threatens livelihoods, to fear when rain washes away homes, to injustice when water taps are padlocked and fenced so that you have to pay to receive, to pain when water is not clean enough to drink and so kills. Water witnesses our abuses and exploitation like nothing else on the planet. Between the River Jordan and the cross, our lives are changed forever. At the cross, water is replaced by gall. And that is the water whose sound we still hear today. The sacredness of water and its mystical power have been obscured. Water as gall can be seen as sewage in our rivers. Water as gall is made manifest with the plastic pollution in our oceans. Water as gall is in plain sight when a dam breaks and thousands lose their lives. Water as gall is mixed with humankind's poor decision-making and poor stewardship. This is not what water is for. This is not our purpose as children of water and love. We pray for the courage to renew our relationship with water, to learn to honor it more, and to begin to see its true potential, when used correctly, to transform the peoples of our beloved planet. Amen.
Powerful testimonies from across the globe are confronting us with the brutal impacts of climate and ecological collapse. How do we live with the knowledge that we are heavily implicated in such devastation, perpetrated on the poorest and most exploited of our neighbours? The accelerating juggernaut of destruction seems unstoppable, and any faith that those with real power will act to prevent Armageddon coming to pass seems increasingly futile. So wherein does hope lie? One thing seems clear. If we believe that the earth is not just very good, but is itself a material manifestation of God, we must surely call a stop to its desecration. Grief, lament, and repentance are all significant, but insufficient. The Gospels teach us that walking by on the other side is akin to turning our back on God. It separates us from the kingdom of heaven. What will it take to translate our lament into actions that represent radical hope that healing and restoration really are possible? Can we trust God enough to lead us to challenge all aspects of our lives, our focus of attention, our behavior, how we earn and spend money, the ways in which we share our sacred planet with all life that connects us? Are we ready to embrace changes that might prove to be a harvest of small deaths, but for new and abundant life to flourish? Words from John O'Donoghue's Blessing for a New Beginning offer encouragement. Though your destination is not yet clear, you can trust the promise of this opening. Unfurl yourself into the grace of a beginning that is at one with your life's desire. Your soul senses the world that awaits you.
So we'll take a few moments now to feel our deep connectedness with Earth and cosmos, our common home, through our bodies and through our breathing. So you're invited to close your eyes, take time to focus fully on the sensation of the air entering and leaving your body. Allowing your breath to be a bit slower and a bit deeper than usual, going right down into your belly. In Genesis, God created every living thing and saw that it was good. And the Spirit, wind, or breath of God breathed life into human beings. Knowing that as we breathe in and breathe out, God and the sacredness of life are as close to us as the air we breathe. The air connects us with all of life, life now, life in the past, and with what is to come. The breathing together of all things. As you feel your connection with the natural world, you may be aware of your love and care. You may also feel grief at the destruction of so much and the impact on our worldwide harvests, calling for us to act for justice. Continuing to keep our awareness on the incoming and outgoing of our breath. We end by hearing Hildegard of Bingen's words. All of creation is showered with greening refreshment and the vitality to bear fruit. And so with Hildegard, we breathe together the one breath of the universe.